Yes, sir. We are back. Welcome to the S.H.I.T.S podcast. I'm your host, Monsoon, Staraw. Coolest cat you heard thus far.
I'm your man, Bubba Ball. Not playing, just bouncing shit off your head and off the wall.
We like to welcome y'all to the S.H.I.T.S podcast, where we are either shooting the shit, starting some shit,
Or picking up with some shit left off.
Yes, sir. Bubba Ball, how was your week, bro?
Man, as I unwrap this Stella.
Shout out to Stella.
Shout out to Stella. She always get my groove back. Yes. Listen, the week was great, man. I finished some jobs. I got some jobs knocked out. I had some jobs lined up. Made some people happy. You know, I'm in the job of returning clients.
Was it Stella?
No, Stella was a part of all the projects.
Okay.
Whether before, after, or during. So that's the beauty in what I do. I'm able to really connect with the clients, become real personal. You know, some of them get a privilege to meet my kids. And interact if they show up on the job. So, you know, that was always a pleasure. My daughter popped in from college. Her mom's got a birthday coming up, so you know that was a good surprise to see her in the room with her other siblings, and they all trying to surprise me. And my baby just killed the surprise. I love my daughter. She can't hold water for shit when it come to me. Well, you know, it's like she was like, "Daddy, you know Nikki here, you know," and everybody else is all quiet, and I'm like something going on, but I'm just gonna sit back here in the room, and it's gonna come to me, and here she comes. She can't hold water, spit, or shit. What, man, my baby is the best when it comes to me. So, you know, nothing is better than a unexpected surprise. You know what I mean? Especially when it's a person.
That's what a surprise is, bro.
Oh, man, bro. And it's nothing better than that. You know what I mean? When it's somebody that you love and they pop up on your ass, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I say. Somebody you love.
Yeah,
somebody you love.
Somebody you love.
Not somebody you supposed to love and you don't anymore.
Right. Or somebody you know gonna ask you for some shit. You know what I'm saying? You like, this.
How did you find me, motherfucker?
Right.
How did you know I was home?
Hey, man, let me borrow like 89 cents.
Cuz, you think I can get an Uber to the crib?
So I ain't even an Uber.
Nigga, fuck me. I don't have it on my phone just so people can't ask me for an Uber.
Man.
You know that?
Man, so my week, man, I ain't gonna even lie to you. My week was cool, man. We did have some nice weather. Man.
It turned out nice. I see the party. I seen the pictures. Everything was successful.
Oh yeah, my daughter's birthday was nice. So what I be finding myself doing when I have off days is I pretty much just sit in the house and watch my daughter play across the street. You know what I'm saying? I just sit there and just watch, and I feel like anytime some shit don't look right, I stand in that window. Hey. Like,
so are you the dad in the window or just the nigga in the window now?
I'm the dad in the window, bro. I'm the dad in the window. It's like, don't go too far, because I'm going to be right there in the window looking all suspicious.
The beauty in what you talking about is she's across the street, nigga.
Yes. Oh, you can't go no further than across the street. No.
But I'm saying you lucked up and she found somebody across the street that was, you know what I mean, decent enough to be friends with. Like, you know, that's a blessing right there. Like, you lucky she wasn't around the corner and shit.
Definitely. And honestly, man, I gotta say that I'm blessed, bro.
At the house where ain't no screens in the window.
looking like the boarded up houses from the wire in Baltimore or some shit.
Mama's got a fan in the window. It's 50 degrees. The fan don't go off. The fan is just in the window.
My daughter cannot play over there.
You like, wait a minute.
No.
Janisha. You going to who house?
Everybody now has got a Freddy Krueger.
Call her Johnny for short. Her name Janisha, and her name is Johnny. No.
So check it out, man. I checked out this week. I love music, man. I feel like music can do some extraordinary.
I heard some new things came out.
And I don't really be on it like that. But this week, man, I gotta say it. I checked out that new Big Sean, bro. That shit,
boy,
nice.
That's the boy nigga, right? From Detroit.
Yes.
Boy.
Yes.
He comes with the boy, like.
I usually don't give out recommendations, but I will recommend motherfuckers to check
for who. Out. Be specific for
honestly,
who?
Bro.
Who is this for? Who is this Big Sean album for?
I would say is for heads because he do spit some lyrics. Like you can understand the motherfucker, bro. Like you can understand him. He spit some lyrics. It's clever. He got some nice concepts to it. Okay. And I think it's some shit that females definitely gonna dig too. Like he did some shit on there, man, that I ain't seen in a while.
Is he still signed with Kanye? Good music?
I ain't did the research, bro. Okay. I lie to you.
Okay.
But he did some shit on this album, man.
I think that's got a lot to do with it. The freedom, the space, the head space that you in when you make music now. This is 2020, so you dealing with a streaming generation, right? Mm-hmm. So all it takes is for one person to hear a song, me in your car, I hear it bumping. Whether I'm checking for him or not, I'm going to hear something, right? Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. That's the only way you heard or knew, like, wow, somebody dropped, like, because everybody was banging that shit in their car. Yeah. So Nas came out, right? Yeah. I checked some of Nas shit.
Tell me about that.
And I'm a old Nas head, right? But I'm also a Chevy nigga, right? I'm also that nigga who ride around in the car. I'm a retired. Let me rephrase that. I'm a retired nigga who used to ride around in Chevys and old schools with sounds. Now if I'm in my old school, I don't have the sounds and the speakers up rattling my fucking ears where I can't swallow my spit. Like that was a generation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm old now. I want to hear my kids whispering and shit. Right? So I can't I can't have my music past like 15 or 20. Mm-hmm. So I'm smooth cooling with no bass in the trunk. I just want to hear every instrument that this nigga done stole. I want to hear the James Brown loops he got. You know what I mean? I'm into that.
The production is nice.
I'm into that. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
The production nice too.
Cause you know what? I get more satisfaction now saying, you know what? This nigga stole Rick James and Tina Marie.
Damn, dude.
Not Fire and Desire. He took this and looped that shit and it sound good. You see, when you can dissect music, that's when you get on my level.
Come to think of it,
that's when you're a music aficionado. That's what I am.
Come to think of it, now that you said on that Big Sean, it is a well-known sample, and I don't know if it's Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
Okay.
So it might be, I don't know, but I know it's a well-known sample.
That's hip-hop. You ain't hip-hop if you not sampling something that's going to make somebody say, damn, he got that. No way. Looping in the background. If you got that, no way. Anybody that know Michael Jackson music will hear that little bit in the back, that you can loop shit like that in music. You see how I came with that real quick? So a music head can hear certain things out of a song that they know and be like, hold on. That's the beauty in music, bro.
And you be on your shit. I gotta commend you on that. Like it be some shit that I don't even know about, and then you're like, you can like say it, you know what I'm saying, or like sing a piece of it, or like hum a piece of it, and I be like, that's exactly it. Yeah. It's some other new shit. So from a new artist out of Chicago, man, I heard it last night. They played it on 92.3. It's a cat called Tay Dub.
Okay.
He got a song called Don't Know Shit.
Okay.
Bruh, I ain't gonna even lie to you. The shit fire.
And he from Chicago?
He from Chicago.
Wow, I gotta check that. Because I'm gonna check for any nigga named Dub. Because I like 4-2 Dub. He from Detroit. Okay. Right? And this little young nigga be going crazy, bro. I'm old. And I'm like, he said, what? How did he put that together? And I be so infatuated where you from. And when you say what you say, if it's convincing to me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't necessarily have to believe you. I just want to be convinced that right now, this shit that you saying, you mean what you say. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, if you can make me feel,
put me where you at. Yep. Put me in the studio, nigga, in your head.
Where we at?
Give me something.
I'm looking for it. There we go. So.
Did you hear the Locks? I heard the Locks. LOX got an album out. I gotta go. Bro, the Locks got an album out. I've heard one slight review and I stopped listening to it because I didn't want to be. One. Yeah. Of course, when you talk about a group, right? You got 3 individuals who came together who've been missing in the game for a while, right? They all independently are beasts.
Not necessarily missing because Jada dropped some new shit.
No. As a group,
yeah.
I'm talking about group wise. They've been missing. Like the Locks ain't did shit now. Like I say, independently or individual wise.
Individually, yeah.
All them niggas been busy. You know, niggas
But
got juice
true.
bars. Sheik is a ghostwriter, been ghostwriting. You know, Jadakiss been doing. Jadakiss is just fucking. You know that nigga is just like he like the favorite out the locks. I want to say, my favorite has always been Styles. I like Styles. I just like that nigga. That nigga to me is somebody I'm gonna call Styles and then I'm gonna call Jada. I ain't gonna call Sheik because Sheik look like the nigga with sense, but when he come through, you can't waste his time. Like if you don't kick shit off with Sheik, he go slap the shit out you. Like he that quiet killer.
He's a
he's a big nigga. So now you gotta watch them big niggas, and he ain't no whole big nigga.
Yeah.
Like it's real conversations about Sheik that'll put Sheik on the map for real in Chicago. She can come to Chicago. All them niggas can come to Chicago. It's only a couple New York niggas that can come to Chicago for real, for real.
I would say, like, as far as the locks go, I would go with Jada, Styles, then Sheik. Yeah, so that's
what I say. That's the consensus. Yeah. That's the consensus. Jada's more popular because of his voice. You know, he went a little commercial. Lyrical, I think. But he went more commercial than Sheik and them other and you know what I mean. Yeah. Styles never went commercial. I don't think. Styles never was on a Lollipop song.
Nah. So all in all,
we got some music out. We got some music out, bro.
Week was good, and it seemed like the week was good because we got some good music out there. So shout out to anybody out there that's making good music. Continue to do that, and we're gonna take a break real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into some shit, y'all. We are back. It's the S.H.I.T.S podcast.
Nice day out, man. Beautiful day.
We are either shooting shit, starting some shit,
picking up where shit left off.
Yep. Once again, we thank y'all for tuning in with us, checking us out. Definitely appreciate it. Bubba Ball.
Yes, sir.
So, I was just thinking last week, bro. I'm like, with all the stuff that the black community has to deal with, all the problems and shit we got to deal with. We didn't talk about police brutality. You brought up the subject of infrastructure.
Putting on my thinking cap.
You brought up the subject of infrastructure. You know, the breakdown of the black family. Mm-hmm. What about mental health? How is all that affecting? How is all that affecting our mental health? And I thought about three main things, right? I thought about PTSD. I thought about ADHD. And I thought about depression. Right? So I don't want to just say like you know, you see this in any other community, you know, like you see it addressed. But I kind of feel like I gotta focus on the black community. Like, what does it look like? Like, what is PTSD? Wow. What does PTSD look like in the black community? To you, what have you seen?
I mean, shit. What kind of examples do you need? Besides you actual being at a gathering and somebody gets shot or a shooting happens at a gathering and everybody scatters, right? And from that moment on, from the time May hits to maybe August, the end of July, and every fucking firework that goes off that sounds similar to that gunshot that you heard, you know what I mean? It puts you back into place. So, you know, you almost traumatized just by fireworks because you never know if it's the real shit.
Right.
Fake fireworks can put you in a position to get your ass not here anymore because you can stand still just thinking it's fireworks and it actually be the real deal this time. You know, you're not looking for it. You're not in a place, hopefully, you know, with somebody coming through letting off some shit that sound like fireworks. But just in case you are out, and fireworks get to blowing, you know,
you got to be prepared.
Yeah, you might want to hit the deck.
So that made me think about this too. Like I don't know. I can't speak for like white communities or Latino communities or like Asian communities, but to me, it kind of seemed like you should be happy when the summer coming up. Like kids should be happy. They should be excited when the summer come up. But like sometimes in Chicago, kids be scared as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they know that's when all the shit gonna start jumping off.
But you know nobody's really scared, Joe. Like Joe, I remember the scariest moment in my life was probably taking the CTA bus, the 69th Street bus, to Wentworth and catching the Vincennes bus straight to Simeon. Mm-hmm. So in between that Wentworth and what was I getting on that May? Aberdeen or May, 69th and May in Aberdeen. So that was the GD hood, and we riding through the BD hood, which was Robeson back then.
Okay.
When the shit actually kicked off and the BDs started pulling niggas off the bus and getting on the bus, pulling the back door open and just getting on, just whooping niggas.
Inglewood was known for that.
Bro, like that was some traumatic shit to see 15 niggas get on the bus and just start punching any and everybody that they wanted to. The bus driver is not driving the bus.
No, he stopped.
Some of them motherfuckers got off. The women bus drivers got off and took off running. Like now we are held passenger, like captive. Bro.
So now we definitely need an Uber. I'm saying, I mean, I ain't trying to make light of it, but
bro, that's when I started driving, and it wasn't like I was balling enough to say fuck that, I gotta go get a car. Yeah. My uncle gave my mama the car. I'm like, Ma, if you ain't gonna drive this car, I'm driving it. The plates was good, all this shit. I was driving the car. Everybody's giving me gas money. Gas was like 75, $1 a gallon. I'm getting $2-3 shit a day. Yeah. Boy, that was damn near half a tank just off taking people back and forth. So I got lucky by having a car. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I was at Hubbard. I used to go to Hubbard High School. So
the Mexicans weren't no joke over there. Need to talk about that shit.
I used to go to Hubbard High School, right? But I used to live over east. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take the 63rd Street bus straight down to get to take it to the red line. Mm-hmm. You know? Anyway, but I had to ride past Inglewood, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to ride past, and Inglewood, back then they was known. Yeah, they was known for snatching motherfuckers off the back of their bus. Like
the door's gonna open. See, CTA bus drivers, when they get to the L or they get to a certain stop, this is what people got to know who don't take the bus that's listening. Right. If you on the bus, and let's say you get to the 69th Street L stop, it's a lever on that bus where they push it all the way up, and it's the back door and the front door that opens. When they go halfway, it's just the front door that opens. When they go another way, it's just the back door that opens. You know what I mean? Wherever you at and you want to get off and ain't nobody getting on the front, he just go hit that back. The front door ain't gonna open up. So it's levers on there. But it's that one with the front and the back door open. And that's the easiest one for the driver to use. So that's what he using. And everybody getting off at 69th in State pretty much. You might have 4 people on at a 60 on a crowded bus.
Right. I seen a motherfucker here with a broom. And I shouldn't be laughing at it. But the thing about it at the time,
where did the broom come from?
That's what the fuck I want to know. Like, who the fuck brought the broom on the bus stop, my nigga? Like, you just came from fucking school. Who brought the broom on the bus stop? Like, which genius said, man, fuck this, man. Bro. Either I'm about to sneak this broom out of school, or I'm gonna sneak this broom in my motherfucking backpack or whatever, and I'm gonna hit a motherfucker. How you sneak a broom in a backpack? You know what I'm saying?
Niggas want to have backpacks, man.
No, I didn't have backpacks. Like, but anyway, I seen a motherfucker here with a broom, and that shit was fucked up. So, all right, you talk about PTSD, and I think like
there's several ways you could break down every explanation that you just gave that was so common. Like, just violence in the whole is post-traumatic. You know what I mean? Like, the way that you see the violence, the way that you see somebody after they've been shot
or whooped, stomped the fuck out.
Any of those, anything that's lasted in your memory is like post-traumatic stress, right? Yeah. Because it's reoccurring. Those moments can reoccur at any given time, and you have to deal with that kind of shit. So,
bruh, I'm gonna be vulnerable right now. To everybody that's listening, I'm gonna be vulnerable.
Okay.
A motherfucker robbed me at Harold's, bro.
Which Harold's? On Racine?
On Racine.
Oh.
You know the motherfucker?
No. How did you go? You know how many times I've been in the Harold's?
Me too. I was in the dude. I used to go to the motherfucker all
I've
the
been
time.
in there once, nigga. I never went in there a lot. Remember the club was in the back?
ET's Lounge. Anyway, so.
And you actually went in there and ate.
I was hungry, motherfucker. I was hungry as hell. I came from the Cotton Club. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And
they was open.
Yeah, I was open. So some told me not to do it, but I'm a hungry motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anyway, Make a long story short, I got robbed by a motherfucker on a bike. I got robbed by a motherfucker on a bike, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Ever since then, though, bro, if it's late at night and I see a motherfucker on a bike,
what you thinking?
That motherfucker on some bullshit.
What you thinking?
That motherfucker
definitely on some bullshit.
Like so that's just me getting robbed, and I admit it. I got robbed. He didn't take shit like $46, but I was mad as fuck that he took $46.
Right, hell yeah.
But I think about that, and then I think about all the motherfuckers out here that seen their homeboy get shot. You know what I'm saying? Or that seen like females or anybody or any home like that seen their mother get their ass whooped in front of them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's kind of like, but this is the shit.
Now, what do you think that is right there? We're going to talk about that when we come back. What do you think that does to a male or female to see their parent, either one, getting abused? The males, how do they look at that? And the females, how do they look at that? And in this society, we have to look at the same sex parents as well. How are they looking at the abuse that their parent is getting treated by this other person?
Why the fuck is Carla whooping on Keisha?
See what I'm saying? So let's talk about that when we come back, y'all. Coming in, blowing like the wind. Chi-Town, niggas, give me a chance to spin. Around the block, I got the 6'4", and it dropped. No, 80 degrees, nigga. Fuck a cop, I got the 30 pop with the switch unlocked, nigga. Come through, talk shit, you get dropped, nigga. No red bean, know what the fuck I mean, nigga. I'm crisp and clean, my efforts won't phase O's, nigga. Don't step on my toes, hoes, that's 6 feet. Ooh, hey, that freestyle go crazy. That beat, nigga.
Courtesy of my man Decker Durs, Sick Doctor, Buck Productions.
Will make anybody
Stack of Starve. We working.
Make you motherfucking rethink your rapping ability and bring out the best in you, nigga.
Sir.
That's what Durs do. You know what I'm talking about?
So Bubba, you had a really good point, man, before we went to the break. You brought up domestic violence and how a kid, how does that affect a kid seeing his father beat on his mom, or even his mother beat on his dad, or you even went deeper when you said the same sex relationships. Like, how does it make that kid feel when he see his parents going at it like that? Like, how does that affect him? What kind of stress does that put on that child? Okay,
let's go to some movies, right?
Okay.
Sometimes those are the best reflections of what we can all get a basic idea of where we're trying to take you. So let's go to Menace to Society. Let's go to Kane. When Kane was sitting at the table and his pops was arguing with the nigga, and he told him, "Give me my money, nigga." Nigga, fuck you, right? At the card table in Cane Creek.
Money from that robbery.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Woo, woo, woo. Samuel L. Jackson looked around like, this nigga think I'm a bitch, but he ain't say nothing. He looked around and saw he read the room, as Joe Budden say. He read the room, nigga. When you can read the room and you do a temperature check of the room without saying nothing, you just do an eyeball check. You remember that look Samuel L. Jackson gave this nigga and said, "Nigga, give me my motherfucking money." Bro thought he was playing. Kane sitting in the corner. Kane saw that shit and froze after that. Kane. That shit got deeper and deeper and deeper because it put you in the place of where Kane was when that ring went off. And you see a body. So when guess what? When TV is in your motherfucking living room, that was his house.
Right.
How did that affect him throughout his life? If that didn't happen, we can't be alive with Jada and would have made the move.
Probably, yeah, with Jada and probably.
You see what I'm saying? Like, put yourself right there. Put yourself in Boys in the Hood, nigga, with Ricky. How many of us had friends that played baseball, basketball, football, nigga? I had homies that bowled good. It was on the bowling league in Simeon. Like, we all had super athletic. We all had intellectual friends. We all grew up in the fucking hood. So it's just certain shit that you can't avoid when you grow up in these hoods.
And you think that And you think that plays a big part in that stress that they have to experience. Like, so let's just say all right, let's just say.
Use the age on a kid. Let's say any age.
No, you know what? Let's say 7. Age 7. Age 7. Age 7, that boy sees his father slap his mother. You know what I'm saying? What that's going, in my opinion, what that's going to do is, obviously, not obviously, but it may get at that boy the thought that this is what, either this is the norm. You know what I'm saying? Either this is how I'm supposed to deal with stuff like this.
Depending on the reaction of the mother. Right?
Explain.
The mother don't lead. The mother has no
good point.
No rebuttal.
She don't
see. This is what you have to think about when you talk about raising children, right? Your children get to see all angles of you. Mm-hmm. You got a phone call one time when your guy called you with some bullshit. You got a phone one time when your job called you with some bullshit. Your mother calls, your family members call, your friends call. You turn up and laugh and curse and do whatever with your friends, and it's taken in a certain way. That's dad.
And they kind of mimic.
When have your kids ever caught you in a moment where you got bad news when one of the guys died or somebody has died and you broke down crying on the phone?
Yes,
and
they have.
You see what I'm saying? And have you caught them like out the corner of your eye? And it didn't matter what they was looking like because you fucked up at the moment. Your mind is not even looking at your kids or wondering until you see them. And then it might bring you out of it, like, you might reach them and grab them, and you know what I mean? Because they never seen you in this state before. You see what I'm saying? Bro, it's certain shit that you as a parent are doing to give your children impressions of you. It's certain ways that you talk on the phone. It's certain ways that you handle yourself with your girlfriend. So when you come into a situation with your father or your father and your mother argue and your mother gets slapped and she's looked at as the toughest woman in the world to you, and you watch her like humble and like bow down and take this ass whooping, it's like, well, whoa.
Yeah.
Right? So everything that's shown and displayed in front of a child is being taught. That's a tool that either that child takes as, okay, like you say, the norm.
It's acceptable.
And I don't have to do this if I don't want to, or this is the way of life.
Yeah, that's the way life is.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And those are fucked up options to give a child, and it's fucked up that children have to feel that way. Right. Like, this is the only way to survive.
So, okay. So, not just with children. Let's just say like with adults as well. So you have adults that experience PTSD as well. So it makes me think that, and like in the Black community, we don't encourage, in my opinion, from what I've seen, we don't encourage therapy.
That's healthy.
We don't encourage therapy. You see what I'm saying? Like,
encourage anything or anybody. When do you hear people say, man, Joe is good at rapping. If you need somebody to woo, or
somebody to vent to, right? So I seen, man, it's crazy that you say it because I seen somebody have put up on social media, and they asked the question. They said, "Who do Black men vent to?"
Nobody.
That's fucked up.
That's why I say
fucked up.
We are the only species on Earth, right? That can't feel comfortable enough. Well, I could say right now it's probably changing. It's probably getting better, right? Because I've had some of my guys come to me and talk about some things, and I had to take it upon myself to talk to all of my guys about being a father before I was actually a father. And what I always told my guys was, I'm not in your shoes, but one thing I know about children that grew up and didn't know their fathers but knew their fathers.
So let me ask you this.
You know what I mean?
Could your guys come to you and tell you, man, Bubba Ball, man, my motherfucking homie just got killed, man. I'm scared to go home. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm scared to come outside. Could they come to you and say that?
Yeah.
Every Black man can't say that.
Yeah, bro. Because you know why? I'm going to honestly ask them, why can't you come outside? And when they say so-and-so looking at, or he looking for me, or she looking for me, why are they looking for you? Mm-hmm. And once you ain't got to tell me. Once you know the reason why he or she is looking for your ass, and you know the reason why you can't do A, B, C, or D, where you are from and where you feel comfortable in your comfort zone, why then should I let you come over here and fuck up my comfort zone?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing. You inviting shit in that you figured out that ain't got shit to do with you.
So if you think about it, that's another variable.
Who is this person?
Right. So it's kind of like you experiencing it yourself too, because you got your own level of, I guess, fear, because you feel like I don't want nobody bringing this shit into my house either, because I got my own family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's kind of like, to me, it feels like it's so deep, because how do you like, just say you even take some of these dudes out here, man, that's making this drill music, and they seeing their homies getting killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the only the only outlet they have sometimes is the music. You know what I'm saying? So they make the music to try to get over the shit they're going through, or they pop a pill, or they smoke, or they drink. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
self-medicate.
Exactly. So you look at that shit, like when you start to think of mental health in the black community, what do we run to? Like, what's the main things we run to?
We compress, decompress, and that's it.
We use drugs.
Yeah.
Use alcohol.
Once you forget about the shit, you don't
sex.
deal with it again. Yeah. Any way you can deal with it.
Social media.
Yeah.
Or we can get violent with them.
And none of those are healthy.
None of them. And it's kind of like, it makes me think, man, and it really makes me sad that I don't really feel like therapy is offered to the average black person.
No, it's not.
Especially like in really fucked up neighborhoods.
Therapy is expensive.
And it shouldn't be.
My therapy was a pet. Everybody should have a pet. Once you learn how to take care of an animal that loves you, no matter what you do to it, you'll understand life more. See, nature is the key to life. And until you understand nature, you'll never understand life.
Yes, sir. We're going to take a break for a minute, y'all. We're going to come back. Dog it. We're back.
Stretch out. Stretch out. Stretch out. Let's go.
You are back. Tuning in to the S.H.I.T.S podcast.
I'm so ready for this.
We're about to get into the top 3 for the week. And the top 3 for the week is the top 3 villains, whether on television or in a movie.
You go first.
So you gotta step your villain game up. Oh, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Go. Waste no time.
The first one I'm going with, Show Enough. Show Enough. Yes.
That nigga was hard.
Catching bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
Come on. Who your second?
No, you go. So you.
We going back and forth.
Back and forth.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little more subtle. And I'm gonna go with Robert De Niro in Heat.
Ooh.
When he told Al Pacino, make no mistake, if I feel or think that the heat is coming around the corner, I will not hesitate to lay you down or anybody else that stands in between me or you. That was hard. That was one of the hardest motherfucking lines that you got to be in the mindset of when you say I'm a criminal or you doing criminal shit. Nobody is equal to you and your mission at that point in time.
That's some cold shit.
Go ahead. Who you got? Who your second?
My number 2, Nino Brown.
God damn.
Nino Brown. This is bigger than Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me.
Okay. I'm finna match your fly.
Nino Brown made being a villain one of the coldest flies. Did he? Did he not? In New Jack City, did you talk about? Did you talk on, nigga? Did you?
Who didn't want to be Nino?
Exactly. Did you?
What nigga in the streets called himself selling anything, especially crack? Yeah. Didn't want to be Nino Brown.
Nino Brown.
You was only selling this shit cause of Nino at a certain point. It wasn't Godfather, nothing like that. Nino Brown. You ready for my number 2?
Yo, no, give me a number 2. Give me a number 2.
Damn, I just had a brain fart. I got my number 1. Okay, my number 2. My number 2 is because he did what he did in the streets and how he did what he did in the streets and how he used the government. I want to say Frank Lucas. Because American Gangster was made off of him, right?
Right.
So he was actually alive. He actually got his roses after he did his time.
That's true.
He got his roses for the shit that he did. You know, hey, you know.
Nino Brown snitched too, though.
Yeah, all of them, when you look at it, they all got some form of paperwork because they was trying to live. Mm-hmm. When they saw that the people that they thought was real wasn't real, right? So he wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but he was the most refuted and reputed in the game because he used the fucking government that normally locks you the fuck up. The federal government normally gives you your time in the dope game, but he used the army to bring back dope and dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? So that was real. That was real clever. That was real life clever shit.
Villain.
Who your number 1?
All right. So for my number 1, bro, I gotta go to television, man. Adopted from a comic book, but this dude right here, man, one of the cruelest, but also one of the coolest. I gotta go with Negan, bro.
Oh my God.
Negan.
You went Walking Dead?
Negan, bro. Negan. I mean, like, dude, I ain't gonna lie to you. When they introduced Negan on The Walking Dead, man, like, I felt bad for everybody in Rick's camp, bro. I felt bad for everybody, but at the same time, I was like, that's a cool motherfucker. That's a cool motherfucker, dude. Like, I would hang with this dude. I just wouldn't want to get
I would have been part of Negan. I would have been part of Negan. I'm not gonna lie.
Negan was a cold ass villain, bro.
I would have worked my way up and been part of Negan.
Remember the episode where he beat dude in the head? It was hard for me. It was hard for me to watch it.
But you understood. You didn't condone Negan, but you understood.
You understood it. You was like, yo.
In the time you had to put yourself in Negan's shoes.
Yep.
What would I do?
Because they did fuck with him.
Wasn't no Jesus. Because remember Jesus. Jesus
wasn't there at the time. Try
Jesus walks face ass. That's who was in The Walking Dead.
But like you said, but at the same time, you kind of felt where Negan was coming from because it was like, y'all did come at me. Like, yeah, granted, I've been fucking all these other people over, but
I am who I am.
I ain't messed with y'all yet. You see what I'm saying?
I am who I am. I liked you.
Right. So Negan is my number 1. That was a cold ass leather jacket too.
Okay, I got a split for number 1. I got a Robin Hood nigga that's one of my favorites as a caricature. My favorite caricature.
Right, fuck it.
Off the Wire. And his name is Omar.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So Omar made me a believer in him when he said, I make a job ripping and running. And they said what's that?
He said it in court, bro.
I robs drug dealers. And my other split
He said it in court, bro.
He said it in court. Now, my other split is Larry Davis. Now, for those who don't understand who Larry Davis is, Larry Davis was a motherfucker who was forced to sell drugs for the police because they was going to lock his ass up and frame him. And when he did so and got tired of their shit, he told them, fuck y'all, come get me. And they came to get his ass, but they ain't get his ass.
So wait. Would you consider him a villain though, bro?
Well, he was a villain in New York City. He was on the top motherfucking most wanted list for at least a week or 24 hours or some shit like that. And he was shooting back at the police willingly and knowingly.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, he was definitely a villain to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
He was the hood villain though. Like a real live hood villain. Like this nigga, everybody in the hood loved him. They was hiding him and harboring him in his crib, in their crib. So
he was more like villain to the police.
Oh yeah. He was a real life. This is real life shit.
Okay.
In New York City.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what do you think What do you think makes a cold, memorable villain?
The way that they're able to communicate and capture people that they're not supposed to run into without being in harm's way, meaning that they're able to coerce or convince a female officer, if it's a male, if it's a woman, she's always dressed scantily clad, that all the male officers want to fuck her instead of arrest her. And she's so convincing and sexy, and her sex appeal is so alluring that she always evades them, or he always evades them. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you look at the movies and you look at like Kaiser Soze, and Kaiser Soze, motherfucker,
that's one of my favorite movies,
acted like a goddamn retard or a gimp the whole movie, right? And this is the role that he played. And after he escaped and he knew he walked out of that police station without being arrested, and there was no arresting me after this point, I could straighten my walk up. Now my ride is coming, and I get the fuck away. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So everybody in the movie had names like Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue, Mr. Yellow, right? All this kind of shit. You never knew who the fuck was who, but everybody knew who was who.
He was just making shit up on the fly. So like, I think about it, like, to me, what makes a cold ass villain is that person's ability to make you believe that what they doing is right. You see what I'm saying? Like,
in that moment, in that scenario,
So like, and for me,
who's your favorite new villain right now in 2020? Who would you go to?
Shit, damn, bro,
who would you go to? I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
I'm fucking with Denzel Washington.
Training Day?
No.
What?
Training Day is always a classic. But what's these other movies he been in, 1 and 2? He look around the room and he time everybody in the room and he fucked the whole room.
That's the Equalizer. He wasn't a villain.
Equalizer.
He was a hero, bro.
Well, whatever the fuck you want to call it. What was he putting himself in danger for it each and every time? Not himself.
So he was a hero.
He was a fucking Uber driver.
He was, you know what I mean? He was a lot of stuff, though.
I'm just saying.
He was a lot of stuff.
He put himself in harm's way with villains.
He was okay.
With villains.
I think right now
he went to the villains.
Right. So he was a hero.
That's an extra tough motherfucker.
He was a hero. I think, like, for me, man. Oh, damn, dude. Like, the only person that I can see right now that's kind of like considered a villain, but yet and still I still root for him.
DMX for me. I still root for DMX. I don't give a fuck where DMX is. Bro. I met that nigga on 159th behind White Castles. He was the most authentic, genuine.
I did not know he was on crack, bro.
I don't know if he was. I know he was high.
I didn't know he was on crack.
But he was looking at me the whole time he was talking to me. He was saying dog and all that shit. But it was like, no, he didn't do that. But the nigga was really him. You know what I mean? Right. And if he met me again, he probably wouldn't remember meeting me, of course. You know what I mean? Because he does. This is who the fuck he is. Like, he don't have to shit on nobody. Mm-hmm. You know, and his people around him can tell if you on bullshit when you come up to him. So he's looked at as a villain. Yeah. But that's my favorite motherfucker. I'll tell you another motherfucker that I want to meet before I die and before he died. Bobby Brown. I wanna shake Bobby Brown's hand
just for bagging Janet.
And I wanna meet that nigga. I wanna hug that nigga and tell that nigga, hey, bro. Hey, before you die, nigga.
Just for hitting Janet.
I don't give a fuck. If you don't know who the fuck I am, I'm giving you your rose before you die. My eyes, sir. Nigga. You that nigga, bro.
Every little step you took,
bro.
You bagged Janet Jackson.
I danced the whole video in that shit. You will be there. My prerogative.
We gotta take a break, y'all. When we come back, it's gonna be my boy Bubba Ball. Yes, sir.
Come on with it.
We are back. We appreciate y'all checking us out on the S.H.I.T.S podcast. Yeah. So at this point in time, it is that time. It's that segment of the show where I get a flow to my boy Bubba Ball, and he gonna educate y'all with the underlay or the overplay.
Yes,
y'all pay attention. Y'all pay attention.
So what we got is I'm gonna read to you guys some footage that I got, and it's based on the parking meter scandal that was taking place in 2008. Chicago Mayor Daley and the city council agreed to lease Chicago's parking meters business for 75 years and in return receive $1.15 billion for Chicago Parking Meters, LLC, a venture that includes Wall Street Investments, House, Morgan Stanley. So this is a venture that includes Wall Street Investments with the House of Morgan Stanley, Alliance Capital Partners, and Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. Abu Dhabi, that's probably Arabian or Iranian or some shit like that. The parking meter pact has come under continuous and heavy fire from the city, who claims Mayor Daley rammed the agreement through a less than curious city council. Since then, Daley has used nearly $800 million of the deal upfront money to plug the budget gaps. Now, this was in 2008. 800 million minus 1.15 billion is not a lot left over. The money is now being privatized, right? So every year they rack in over 1 billion dollars every year, and that Chicago never sees that money. That's supposed to be Chicago's money, right? So once again, we have the Chicago Skyway, 7.8 miles elevated tolls connecting to I-94 Dan Ryan Expressway in Chicago. The facility includes 3.5 miles elevated mainline structure to the Calumet River. Is built in 1958. In March 2004, 4 years before Daley sold the parking meters to someone, the city also issued a request for qualifications of potential bidders interested in operating the facility on a long-term lease base. In March of 2004, received 10 responses. Bids were submitted in 2004, long-term agreements. The bid was for $1.83 billion for 99 years. Think about that. The parking meters got sold for $1.15 billion. Daley used $800 million immediately. Now we sell the Skyway for 99 years for $1.83 billion. Unimaginable. We're leasing this property to people that are privatized, that pocket all of this money after the debt is paid. What does Chicago see from it? What benefit does Chicago get from privatizing their main resource for taxing their own citizens for doing wrong? When you infract on parking, the money's supposed to go to the city for their resources, whatever they need it for. Now you sold all of the resource money that you get from the public. The public money goes to a private entity that we no longer know. Right. It's always groups that are outside of the country of the United States, let alone the state of Illinois. Right. What in the fuck is going on here? Now we have a mayor that looks like us, sounds like us sometimes, doesn't talk for us, doesn't talk with us. I don't really know if she knows us. But these are the times that we're living in. And once again, if you fall for the overplay, you better look for the underlay.
Yes, sir. That was my boy Bubba Ball schooling y'all, dropping some gems on y'all. Once again, we thank y'all for rocking with us at the S.H.I.T.S podcast. Check us out on Instagram, the S.H.I.T.S podcast. That spells S.H.I.T.T.S podcast, the S.H.I.T.S podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hit us up on Twitter at with the S.H.I.T.S. Also, Buzzsprout. My bad, I messed that up. Buzzsprout with the shits.buzzsprout.com. That's BUZZSPROUT.com. And we all over the internet. Hit us up, Instagram, Twitter, Buzzsprout. Check us out. We will be on Spotify and all outlets, all podcast outlets. So just look for us and continue to support y'all. We appreciate y'all support.
Exactly. We're going to be announcing our sponsors. We got some sponsors coming in, so we're going to announce them and, show them some love. And y'all show them some love as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check out our people. We love y'all. Once again, see you next week.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, y'all.
Henniapolis.